Oh, God. No. No. I want to be like the Eagles.
Sonny. Joey. 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. His fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown. Here comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, by the way, Kid Dingbat here, and welcome to possibly Super Bowl week tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, Super Bowl week begins. What is going on, everybody? Joey Shapes, what is happening, my man?
I'm just chilling, man. This whole thing's gonna go by so slow. I mean, we still got a whole nother week, and
dude,
it's
torture.
It's crazy. I know. We're gonna see what happens, man.
It's torture, man. It is torture. What is going on, everybody? I see Twitch is here. Weapon X, Voice of the Eagles is here. Drop your link in the chat so everybody can sub him up. Great channel. Army, what's going on? Dougie Fresh, Dave Dust, James, Student Review, William, Eagles Nation, Brian. East Camden, Daz is there. Daz, I meant to answer your Twitter today. I didn't get to it. I know it's been a few days. Just I will respond. I saw you sent me some stuff. Tortyville, what's going on? Alana, Nina, Austin, what's happening? How are you? Dave's Dust. Everybody, thank you for being here. And yeah, we're a week, man. Week away from tomorrow. Week from tomorrow is the Super Bowl. This bye week, this whole week off has been torturous. I just want to get this team to Arizona. I want to get this game on, and I want to win our second title. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, man. You know, I mean, you know, the storylines, there's obviously a ton of storylines, and they're already digging into it so much. Like, you know, by the time the kickoff gets there, it's going to be like, you're not going to want to talk about Andy Reid facing the Eagles or the Kelce brothers anymore. Like, you're going to be done. You know? It's crazy. It really is. But one of the things I do want to kind of get your opinions on, start with, is two things. One, Stoutland. Stoutland signed an extension. I think that was a great move. I'm sure they paid him a lot. I don't remember what the numbers were, or if they even released it. But what are your thoughts on bringing back Stoutland, which is a surprise, kind of, in my opinion?
I mean, other than the coordinators, I think this is probably one of the most important, position groups that we really had to focus on. And Stoutland getting signed to a multi-year deal is great, because I thought we were going to lose him this past year when he was, he was trying to get that offensive line job in Alabama. And this is big for the whole offensive line. This is big for the next few years. Like, this is where we draft first. This is the most important. The trenches, offensive line, defensive line. But when it comes down to it, he's the run game coordinator as well. So definitely, I don't know how much he puts into the run game so much, but it must be working. But he's been very loyal. He's the only coach left of the Chip Kelly era, which is kind of crazy. And he's been here ever since. So I think maybe this will help Kelce stay another year. This could help him a little bit. So I think it's a huge W, man.
I think two things are going to happen. I think one, it's great that he comes back. I don't think there's another coach on this staff that has taken guys that really can't play and gotten something out of them. He's turned guys who are really good to Pro Bowlers. He's turned Pro Bowlers to Hall of Famers. I think he is a huge key to have back. And I do agree with you. I think Jason Kelce, I got a feeling Jason Kelce is coming back. I have a feeling, which is going to be very interesting when we look at Juergens, right? Because they're going to have Juergens. Would they move him to right guard? Is he too small? Does Sayamalu stay or go? It's really going to be a fascinating offseason. Fascinating. But I don't want to talk about the offseason. Like, I can't go there. Like people keep saying, hey, you're going to do a mock draft. I'm like, dude, I'm not even thinking about the draft right now. Like, I'm so locked in on the Super Bowl. But to get Stoutland back is absolutely huge. The other thing and it's something I think that we have to keep an eye on all week, that I think is kind of big news, was Avonte Maddox practicing in a boot again. Well, he was at practice in a boot. They said it's precautionary, but I mean, it can't be a good thing when you guys sitting there in a boot, can it?
No,
I mean,
how do you have a boot on and it's I don't get how it's precautionary if he's in a boot. If he's in a boot, that means he injured something. And yeah, that's going to be a huge loss because getting him back last week was great. He's probably the only player that was really 100% last week when, not really banged up because he's been out for weeks. But you always have that plan B of putting Chauncey back in the nickel spot or Reed Blankenship at safety. So there is a plan B for all this, but I guess we'll see down the road this week.
Now, they're saying their hope and expectation is he's going to play. So hopefully he's going to play, I just think the defense is so much better when he's there. When you don't have that hole and you could put Gardner at safety and you don't have to worry about him playing that nickel corner, I think they're just so much better, man. So it's going to be an important thing. Daz Deal says Howie is going to trade the 10th pick for Parsons so they can get a quarterback. Can you imagine their fan base laugh my? Well, I mean, I did a video on this the other day. I believe Micah Parsons bleeds eagle green. I'm convinced Parsons bleeds green. He loves the Phillies. He's rooting for the Eagles. He wants to be in Philly.
Go get your chip.
You know what? I know.
Yeah.
I think so. But no, I mean, in all seriousness, I don't think that the Eagles should be trading the 10th pick. I'm just saying, I mean, who knows what will happen, but as of right now, today, as we said, I think you need to draft a player at 10. I think it's important to get a top 10 talent to replace some of the guys that may be leaving and are older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have a lot of holes on that defense this year. Well, I mean, with the free agents, and as of right now, we don't know who they're re-signing, what's going on. But there's a lot of guys out there like that. You can't really trade that back. I think you have to get a top 10 talent there to really replace what's going to be leaving, what they have to sacrifice they can't pay. So I think that's perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. Joe says Maddox will play. He played all game. He partied pretty hard in the celebration. I have no doubt Maddox will. I think Maddox will be playing too. I do. Yeah. I think they're just keeping it. I just think they're just keeping it precautionary. Maybe they don't want him to stub his toe or something. I don't know. But hopefully he'll be okay. Eagles O-line and D-line are better than Chiefs. Enough said. Well, I think that's. I mean, obviously we got a whole week before this game, so next week's shakedown will really dive into the X's and O's and what we think. But off the top, just in general, when looking at the Chiefs and the Eagles, I mean, I don't really see any areas in which I think the Chiefs are better or overly concern me. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes does because he's a great quarterback. Okay, I think he's the best quarterback in the league. That's my own personal opinion. Okay. But when you look at the offensive line, Eagles, defensive line, Eagles, running game, Eagles, wide receiver, Eagles, linebackers, Eagles, secondary, Eagles. The Eagles are better across the board, in my opinion, than them. Maybe special teams are a little better in the return game. But, I mean, other than Mahomes and quarterback, where are they better than us?
Yeah, it's like Mahomes, Kelce, and like Pacheco probably. Maybe Pacheco because he's got a lot of speed, and they use him as a running back. They use him as a receiver. They use him in special teams where he could be a really big threat. And sometimes we've given up those big returns to the 40, 45-yard line. So I think Aaron Sippo's coming back is going to be huge too because Brett Kern, those punts, whether that ball hit the camera wire, whether it was true or not, I don't know if it was true, but Brett Kern was not good. He had 2 really bad punts in that game. Can't do that.
Yeah. Why are people so cool with getting rid of Sayamalo? He was part of both Super Bowl teams. He's not elite, but pretty good start. It's not a matter of being okay. We're not saying like, here's the door, get the hell out, bye. It's not like that. It's just when you think about everybody that they have to keep. Somebody's got to go somewhere. I really think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's coming back. I think Javon Hargrave is coming back.
Yes.
I think Bradbury, Sayamalu, Miles Sanders they're all questionable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I mean, I think that's why people say it about him. It's not that they hate him. It's that you just can't keep everybody. Somebody's got to go, you know.
You got to figure out too, even if Samalo does leave, you know, if Kelce and Samalo are gone, that's going to be a hit. That's going to be a big hit. And then it might change their draft plans by a mile. Thank God they have 2 first rounders. They have a second round pick as well. But I got a really big feeling that Kelce's going to stay another year. And I think he's going to put Cam Jurgens under his wing at guard. And we're hoping that Cam Jurgens doesn't get too good at guard. But, you know, make the same.
Oh, yeah. Landon Dickerson was supposed to be the center, too. And then he's moved to left guard. Said, nah, we staying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary's movie Emporium says, I hope he shut Travis Kelce down this game. I find him way too cocky. He's the big, him and Mahomes.
Yes.
That connection is the problem, because the Eagles have struggled with the tight end. I would seriously put Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on him. I would maybe even play around with a corner at times, especially like maybe a 3rd and long situation. Why not throw Bradbury on him or something like that, just to see what happens? Because I'm not really concerned. Their other weapons don't scare me at all, dude.
No, yeah.
At all.
And with Maddox on you know, bigger tight ends, it's always, you know, the size difference has been, you know, and really not in his favor. So I'd put someone that's going to be more physical on him. You know, so I think that would be the way to go, because they will move Kelce all over the place and try to get him open as much. They'll have him in motion. They'll have him on the outside. They'll put him anywhere just to get the ball to him. But I think it really depends on this defense. This is the best defensive line that Mahomes is going to be facing. And to be honest with you, with that high ankle sprain, I'm not saying he can't do anything, because he's playing really well on it. But, you know, the more he practices on that high ankle sprain, you know, if we land on his ankles or something happens, that injury is going to get worse this week on top of practice and a game coming up, the biggest game of the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's true. Matt says, I guess we're not hearing from 5 rings until next season, Philly. We'll hear from 5 rings. If let's say they go up, if they go up like 10-0, he'll come in the chat. Only then, no. The Cowboys did hire an offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer.
Who?
To me, that's Brian Schottenheimer. Exactly. He's absolutely done nothing. I think only one time, if one time at all, he's had a top 10 offense. Dallas doesn't know what the hell they're doing. You see Jerry Jones talking about the Eagles went all in and put all their chips in for now. He doesn't even know how we built our team, dude. He's so out of touch, that guy. That's why Dallas doesn't win every year. That guy. I don't know what the hell's going on.
The Eagles have rebuilt their team 3 times. I mean, really, after Andy Reid to Chip Kelly, from Chip Kelly to Doug Peterson, then from Doug Peterson to Nick Sirianni. The Rams and Eagles are, you know, we're not depleting draft capital. We're actually making good trades. We're not, you know, we're fleecing teams. We're not getting fleeced. We're not depleting ourselves just to get one Super Bowl, which the Rams did it, you know, but, you know, it's a price you got to pay for it, though.
Yeah. Joe says, Philly, please stop by your P.O. box before Thursday. I sent you I'll head there tomorrow. I was actually going to go Friday. I had the wrong set of keys that had the P.O. box on, so I didn't go yesterday. I will go tomorrow, though, for sure, and then I'll let you know. What the hell was I going to say? Oh, you know, the thing that the Eagles don't get a lot of credit. Actually, Jeffrey Lurie doesn't get a lot of credit for this. But the reason why the Eagles were able to turn around things so quick and aren't in cap hell was because they were willing to basically eat an unprecedented record-setting dead money hit, which was like $53 million last year. The Eagles ate. They flat out ate it. Okay. No teams do that. No teams give up that much or eat that much dead money. The Eagles, by trading Carson Wentz, they had all that. It was $35 million for him. It came up to like something like $53 million. They ate that money. They ate the dead money. Joey, that's why they were able to get things turned around. Sometimes you have to just eat.
Not even those moves too, but it was the Malik Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Those were big ones too. That was dead cap hits that they had to let go of too.
Yeah,
those contracts were really bad.
Yeah. How many owners are willing to eat as much dead caps money as the Eagles did last year, which enabled them and opened up things for them? Enrique, thank you for the super chat, my man. Appreciate you. He goes, Philly, I need the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. My son is expected to be born about 2 to 3 weeks after. It would be a great story to tell him. Oh, man. Yeah, we got to win the Super Bowl. I agree. We have to win the Super Bowl. To me, like this, if the Eagles win this Super Bowl, in my opinion, I think this is the best Eagles team I've ever seen. Because everybody all year has said we're underrated, we're overrated, we haven't played anybody. But in actuality, I think this team may be one of the better teams that we've seen the last 10 to 15 years. They're actually not overrated, they're underrated. And if they can finish it by beating a Hall of Fame head coach, multiple MVP quarterback who probably be a future Hall of Famer in his own right, they finished the season by beating them. You got to look at this team and just say they were that good because they beat everybody bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, even look at the first Super Bowl. Like, what's the difference between the last Super Bowl to this Super Bowl? The last Super Bowl, we had to get the monkey off our back of obviously winning a championship. We have won over 60 years. This is a different year because you went out, made moves, and a completely better roster than 17 at a lot more positions. And you had 2,000-yard receivers, 1,000-yard running back. Jalen Hurts had a bunch of rushing touchdowns this year, and his passing was just unlimited. So you go into this Super Bowl now thinking, okay, we're pretty – I'm not saying we're cocky, though, but I got to say, like, I've felt pretty comfortable with how this team is playing. And it really depends on the – coaching staff. We kind of questioned the coaching staff all year. Like, we had the pieces to get it done, but it was really the coaching staff was going to designate where this team was going to go. And we questioned the play calling. We questioned Jonathan Gannon's defense. But since the playoffs started, I got nothing to complain about, really. I don't.
Yeah. Twiz says the 40-winers saying the NFL is rigged. I know. The 40-winers. I like that. But you know what's so funny? Just think about what losers they are. If it's really rigged, the 49ers and the Cowboys are the biggest losers ever. Because even in rigged NFL, they still can't win. I mean, that's pretty bad that it's made up like what WWF they claim, and you still can't win. I mean, even some of the worst wrestlers would win a title for a night. So it's even more pathetic of a team. You know, it's funny because I live around here. It's like, there are a lot of Raiders fans. There's a lot of 49er fans. The 49er fans, they all walk with their head down every time they see me come with my Eagle stuff.
Big Play Slay said it. Go ahead. You're good.
No, one of her coworkers is a huge Rams fan, and he asked me if he could borrow some of my Eagles gear to wear it at work to torture everybody. I said, yeah. So that was great.
Even Slay said on his podcast like a couple of days ago, like after when 49ers, the players had their press conferences, they're saying, "Oh, the Eagles look good on paper," but they took that as disrespect. Like they couldn't match up with them. Like it was major disrespect. The way they ran out in the tunnel, the way they walked through the Eagles walkthroughs a practice on field that day. Like it was a buildup for. You said it. You said a buzzsaw. You said whatever team that was coming to the link was going to run through a buzzsaw, and they were going to be more prepared for this game and more locked in. And you were right.
Yeah. And they just simply cut the head off of the snake instantly. They just see, like to me, you can't take what happened away from the Eagles because it wasn't Purdy he didn't get hurt on the sideline or going in the locker room or didn't have a fall or was in a car accident before the game. It was Hassan Reddick beat his man and took it to him. That was the Eagles beating them. They beat them into submission. So I don't think anybody can sit there and say, especially a guy like Kittle can sit there and say, well, we have a good team, but we need a quarterback. You got destroyed. I hate that they have 12 wins with this kid. He's the greatest thing since sliced bread. He goes out there, he gets hurt. Oh, he's a third string quarterback now. It's like nobody's going to give us credit no matter what.
If that was us getting hurt in that game, they would have documentaries on Brock Purdy. They wouldn't even talk about us. They'd say, "Oh, they thought we were one and done when Hurts hurt his shoulder. They already thought we were one and done when Lane Johnson was out. They already said that we're going to be one and done."
Well, remember the final game of the season where we struggled against the Giants backups? They were acting like, "Oh, look, the real Eagles have showed up." It's so stupid. Obey Davis Super Chat goes, Sauce and Tyreek Hill roasting Parsons live. I love it. That's great. Phil Davis Super Chat. He goes, you willing to pay Jalen $50 million knowing he got hurt 2 years in a row? I bet he gets surgery in the offseason. What choice do you have, Phil? What do? You can say, well, we'll wait another year, not pay him, right? And then if he has a similar year without the injury, now you're paying him what, $70 million, $75 million? I don't know. I don't know what you can do. I think if he goes out and wins a Super Bowl, how can you not pay him? What else can he do? Yeah, he was hurt twice, and I do think that he has to transition into passing more than running. I think that's natural for any quarterback as they get older. But I mean, what are you going to do? Let him walk? You're really going to let a guy walk after he just takes you to the Super Bowl?
Don't make the same mistake.
I don't know how you do it. Yeah,
make the same mistake.
And like I said, if you just say let's play him in his last year of his contract, he's a free agent. Then you have to franchise him. So I don't know what choice you have. Birds Nation 302 David Super Chat goes, Cox is hilarious in the mic'd up. Oh, Cox is. So is Brandon Graham, dude. Brandon Graham makes me laugh by his laugh. Like if you need to like he starts laughing, I start laughing. I don't even know he's laughing at. It's just
he talks his shit, dude. That guy, like he runs his mouth all game. Love it.
Dude, I love it when he's like, Daniel Jones, I'm gonna be on that arm all day. I'm gonna be on that. I love it. Daniel Jones don't want nothing to do with that. I live Philly fan David Super Chat. He goes, good evening, brothers. I already looking past us and talking about what a day they are going to have at the Super Bowl parade. Good. Let them. That's what we want. Marco Lucio, I hope I said that right. David Super Chat, he goes, they called us heroes in our first Super Bowl beating Tom. Now they painting us as villains. We just the best in the NFL, and they hate that. Absolutely.
True.
I mean, just think about it. If you win this game, you have two Super Bowls. One beat the GOAT, right? And the second one, you beat Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's not too shabby, man. You know what I mean?
No,
Seriously.
It's great. It's great.
Hey, Cowboy fans, Devontae got the catch. Dez didn't. I love it. I love that.
That's so great.
That's great. Jose says, I'm going to cook shrimp and Philly cheesesteaks, veggie sub, meatballs, barbecue, onions, mushrooms, sub deli, potato chips, dip, ranch. February 12th, ready, 6:30. That's awesome, man.
Sounds good.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you ever heard of this thing. Let me find it. It's called, what the hell is it called? Oh, okay, there's a place I saw a commercial for today. It's called Goldbelly. Have you ever heard of goldbelly.com?
Never.
And basically what they do is they ship like food that you can only get in certain locations. So like I can actually now get cheesesteak, like Jim's cheesesteak or Jim's roast pork sandwich sent to my house. It's a little bit expensive, but they can actually get it. They said it all frozen and everything or whatever, how they do it. Bunch of pizzas. So I'm like,
eggnog?
I just ordered, no, eggnog seasonal. But I just ordered some Sicilian pizza from like a couple different places. One out of New York, one out of Jersey, one out of Philly.
Oh, damn.
So we're going to see. I'm like, I'm never going to get thin now. I am already blowing my diet mentally.
True.
Let's see here. See, Tom Prescott, turnover machine. Absolutely. Philly, play that pick six video for us, please.
Pick six?
I have to. Yeah. Here, I'll give it to you real quick. If I can find it. Hold on. Here, how about I give it to you towards the end? Oh, here, I got it right here. Hold on. As soon as I hit it, it's going to pop up anyway, so. Where the hell did it go? I don't see it.
What pick six video?
I have a pick six clip of Mark Holmes' son getting all. I have to find it. Let me find it, and then at the end of the show, I'll try to play it. You know, Mahomes is going to kill the Eagles with what? With his one ankle? What's he going to do? Mahomes. See, the problem I think the Kansas City Chiefs have is if you look how the Eagles have been beaten all year, the 3 games that they lost, even though they had 2 of those games had their backup quarterback. But if you look at all 3 of those games that they lost, the other team was able to control the time of possession. especially early in the game. They were able to control the clock and run the ball, keep the Eagles' offense off the field. The Chiefs don't run the ball, Joey.
No.
They don't run the ball. That to me is a huge problem.
They don't even use a running back. They use like speedy receivers. That's what they do.
Right. I love our matchups. The only matchup really scares me is Kelce. It scares me. Philly, did you watch a documentary on how he took Fletcher Cox? No. Did you? What?
I don't know.
How he took in Fletcher Cox. Oh, I screwed it up because I read it wrong. Because he wanted to say took in. Good. That's a good one. Dude, that would have took me like 2 months to figure out.
Right.
Alex DeGhost, they were super chat. Goes, I don't make score predictions, but what I want is a blowout. I want that. Close games now. Yeah, well, close games gives you heart attacks. Close games is a lot of aspirin.
Remember what they said, Philly. This is the Eagles' easy. It was set up for the Eagles. They set up for the Eagles to get to the Super Bowl. This was the easy road to the Super Bowl in the playoffs from what they had to deal with.
How come it is every time we get ready to play a team, this is the week we lose. Then when we play them, it's easy. We were supposed to lose to the Giants in the divisional round because they played us good the last game of the season. Then we met our match with the 49ers, and then we beat them. We beat everybody. So, I don't know what people are talking about. You talk about possibly being 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks. Imagine being 2 great coaches. That's a great point too, Jason Reese.
Yeah.
Man, that's a great point. I didn't even you're right on that. I didn't even think of that. You got 2 Hall of Fame coaches you have beaten. That's pretty good, man. And I gotta say, like from a personal standpoint, I want Andy Reid's ass. Pause.
Mm-hmm.
But I want him because to me, I don't want Andy Reid, who lost us all those NFC Championship games and the Super Bowl, getting a second one before us. I don't want that. Not on us. He owes us that Super Bowl. That's how I feel about it.
I get it.
Torreyville says Jerry is building for the long term, so he's basically waiting till the NFL expands the Mars in order to build the Couch Boys into a Super Bowl contender. I don't know what they're doing in Dallas, man. They look like I'm trying. You remember the end of the Andy Reid era? Like you kind of knew it was over. Everything got stale and stalled out. That's what the Cowboys remind. They look stale. They look like it's the same old. You're not getting any better. Nothing's changing, and you're stale. And it's time to just blow it all up. If I was a Cowboy fan, I would consider that.
This is me being unbiased, though. Like, I think it comes down to the ownership. It comes down to the ownership having control over everything when it comes to trades, when it comes to being the GM, when it comes to having control of the whole aspect. I think once Jerry Jones is gone and even Stephen Jones doesn't take over, I think they have to hire a GM. They have to hire somebody else to outside of the organization that I think once they do that, they can make different decisions because they don't have aggressive trades. They feed off of, the media. There's nothing. They really haven't changed much. They've lost more than they really have gotten better at a lot of things, but it's not going to change, man.
Yeah. Alex the Ghost, man. David Super Chat. His Mahomes' leg is hurt. Sweep the leg. His ankle's hurt. He's got a bad ankle. So I don't know. I think he'll be fine by the time the game comes. But it could be a little tender. You get to him, you hit him. You never know what's going to happen, dude. Just ask Brock Purdy. Or shall I say, Glass Joe. Q, I don't even know how you say it. Q says, Philly, what are your thoughts on Robert Quinn? Is he a bust? Robert Quinn is not a bust because he's had a great career, but I think he's been banged up. I don't think he's been healthy. And he's old, too.
Even now?
So, well, he didn't. He was hurt and he was on IR for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Right. He came back. Did he do anything? I don't even remember seeing him in the last game. But I know that he was. I think he was on the injury report this week. So I don't know. I don't think I thought he was worth the shot. We didn't. Turns out we didn't need him. But Greaser Bub, the original. They were super chat. Goes 49ers players said they were shocked by the defensive line. They should have been. Well, dude, why would you start the game with a tight end blocking Hassan Reddick. Like, to me, right off the bat, like, what are you doing? You put you really like
a backup tight end.
Backup tight end at that. It's funny, but because I don't know if you got this comment during the week, but like when I was leading up to that game, I would have 49ers comments like, who's Hassan Reddick? You keep talking about this guy, Hassan Reddick. Who is he? And they would say that to me. And I'm like, you don't know who Hassan Reddick. And I don't know if they were just saying that to be jerks or they really didn't know. And it makes me wonder after the fact that they would start a tight end out on him, you know? Tyree David Super Chat goes, Reddick has a pic of Mahomes' ankle in his locker room. I'm sure he does. I know. Right? Jeff says, Mahomes with no legs is better than Hurts. Hey, listen, I like Hassan Reddick. I do. I mean, I like Patrick Mahomes. But I don't think you could come in here and start trying to badmouth Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts put his team in the Super Bowl. He only lost one game all year. Like it or not, your boy may throw a lot of touchdowns, and he's a great player. But that doesn't mean Jalen Hurts is a good player. And if Mahomes is legless, I guarantee you Hurts is better than him. Now, if you hear squeaking, that's the kittens. 4 weeks old tomorrow. Space Cadet Entertainment, thank you for Super Chat. This is the question we must ask. There's something about Mary Part 2 starring Denzel Washington and Brad Pitt. I love it. Joey, something about Mary. Something about Mary.
Another time.
There you go. Who's running on the field first? I think it's the Chiefs, right? Because the Chiefs are the road team. Or the Eagles are the home team. And you had a video on it, right? You can tell everybody, like, the Eagles, ticket-wise or the stadium-wise, it's going to be a lot more Eagle fans, you're saying?
Yeah, 24% of tickets sold was from Pennsylvania. 24%, only 7% in the Missouri area, which is kind of crazy. I think it's going to be an Eagles home game. I think it's going to be even bigger than 17, to be honest.
Yeah. That's a great question. Dad says, the gambling world thinks Hurt's shoulder is more messed up than we are being told. Do you think he's more hurt than what's being let on?
I don't think it's bad as everyone say it is. Like, I think he puts it that way. I mean, Hurts still won't even give up. Like, all he's going to say is he's on 100%, which I don't think he is. But I don't think it's detrimental to like his passing. I understand like he missed some throws last week, you know, but I'm not really making to get one more game out of him. I'm not really making a big deal out of it with the rest that he's getting. I don't think it's as hurt as he says it is. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I part of me thinks he is hurt, but part of me, I don't know. Philly White says, Philly and Joey, do you guys think Hurts is better than Burrow? Oh, man, that's a tough question. This one Giant fan, that's my friend, says Burrow's better. I don't agree with him. Oh, man. If I was ranking my top 4 quarterbacks, I would say I would have Mahomes 1, I would have Josh Allen 2, and then, see, if Hurts wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to put, I kind of feel like in some ways Hurts is better. I think Burrow's a better passer, but overall quarterback, I got to go with Jalen Hurts still. Just from the leadership, the intangibles, it's a hard one. I think they're neck and neck. I think it's neck and neck, man. You know?
Yeah, mobility
but those would be, yeah. I mean, I like Burrow, don't get me wrong, but man, what Hurts has done overall to me, you know. The problem with Josh Allen, you're right, is that he turns the ball over. It is. I'm fascinated by his arm strength. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I love his arm. Steve A. Taylor Super Chat goes 500. You should breed and sell the kittens. Well, I mean, my cat's doing all the breeding. I can't even stop him before I can get him fixed. You make an appointment, he gets it done beforehand. So I got 7 kittens here. They're and thank you for Super Chat. They're going to be 4 weeks tomorrow. Wow. So tomorrow they start. I think 4 weeks you start feeding. So they're gonna get soft cat food starting tomorrow. But they're getting cute. Hey, 500, do you think Keyshawn Johnson calling Philly a poor man's New York City? Keyshawn Johnson don't know what the hell he's talking about. I don't even think he knows the difference between cities. I never was a big fan of Keyshawn Johnson.
Do you feel you haven't heard, like, you haven't really heard anything about this matchup of the Super Bowl matchup? We're going back to these rigged games. We're going back to, like, Love going, the Giants safety talking crap about, oh, anybody can coach this team. Like, I feel like why are they bringing these guys onto these shows to give Eagles ammo? Like, I don't.
You know what
I
I
don't
think
get
it
what
is?
they're doing.
I just think that we know all the storylines, right? We know the storylines. Obviously Eagles, Chiefs, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. They're two first time ever, two black quarterbacks in a Super Bowl, which is awesome. Then you have Andy Reid versus the Eagles. Then you have the Kelce brothers. So you have all these storylines. We all know them. They could have. They're already starting to talk about them too much. So I think they're bringing in all this other stuff because it was a bye week. I expect it to be more concentrated on those stories next week. You know what I'm saying?
True.
That's what I think. So I think that's why you see a lot of these other stories, because you can only talk about those other stories so many times, and it's like people get tired of it. I've mentioned Andy a couple times, but I'm already starting to feel like I've talked about it too much, and I'm probably going to talk about it tomorrow. So we'll see. Joey says, people like Julian Love think it's so easy to be coach and everything will just run without a hitch. No, they put the work in and make it look easy. But see, the thing with the whole Julian Love thing is, one, he stinks. All right, he got destroyed in 3 games by the Eagles. He was horrible. Second, I don't think you can say that about Nick Sirianni, because Nick Sirianni, what he did in the first year especially, the way he changed his whole offense to get into the playoffs, I think that was a big deal, man, So
not even that, but he created the culture. Like, he was the first one that created the culture for this team last year. And last year was his first year, and that was the year where he had to get players on board with his game plan and just him. You have to get players to buy into what he wants for the team, and I think that's what's really important too. And I think we thought the plants and the manure and the flowers growing, we thought it was a big joke, but they bought into it, man. It was funny, but he's corny at times, but it works, so
to me, I had no problem with that. The only thing I had problem was the Pizza Hut pizza stuff. That I'm like, somebody take this guy out to some real pizza. Yeah, George, 2 Texas quarterbacks. That's right. That is totally right. Greaser Bub, the original. Man, what's up with you, man? I haven't seen this guy in a while. Does this game go over under 50.5? I think it goes over. I think the last I saw it was 49, but I think it's going over. Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Will, what's up? I don't think the Eagles are going to hold Patrick Mahomes to 10, 13 points. If they do, then holy crap, dude. That would be a hell of a story. But I expect the Eagles, I hate that. I don't even want to predict the score, but I think it's going to be something like 34-24, 31-24, 31-27. I think it's that kind of score, dude.
Yeah, I could see that.
Remember when they said Parsons, which shows up, and then Nick Bosa, and then Dexter Lawrence? Oh, yeah, Parsons. You haven't met Parsons yet. Parsons got a half a sack in 4 games versus the Eagles? Bosa, destroyed. Lawrence, they all get destroyed. And, I mean, really, you have Jones for Kansas City, but who else scares you?
Frank Clark.
Yeah,
that's true. But it doesn't scare me though. It doesn't scare me. Look what Lane Johnson did. I mean, he needs surgery on a torn abductor.
Right.
And it got worse after the Giants game. He tore it even more. And now, like, he even said in his press conference the other day, he's like, I'm ready to go. He's like, this week of rest is really helping me. Like, just one more game. Yeah. Like, whoever's banged up has got to just push through this last game. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
King of Kings says, what's up, 500? What's up, Joey? Honest opinion, tell me the weakness on the Chiefs. Also, what's our main secret weapon to win it all? Well, I think the weakness, in my opinion, for the Chiefs is I don't think they have a run game at all. I think it's a non-existent. And that has been that has not been good for, if the team can't run the ball, the Eagles have just destroyed teams. So I think that's their biggest weakness, their run game.
Yeah, and I think if you want to say if they don't have a run game, I think their sececondary isn't great either, especially who they're facing on the Eagles wide receivers. Right. So I think their secondary, because Chris Jones, how many sacks did Chris Jones have? I don't even remember. I think
look. He had 15. I think it was like 15. I think he had a pretty good year.
What do you have in the playoffs? I don't know what he had in the playoffs.
Knock It Off says, I thought I wanted a week to decompress, but I'm ready to run through the wall. Yeah. Well, listen, I thought I wanted one too, but no rest for the weary. We don't rest until this thing's done. Jimmy says, man, you guys missed my prior super chat. Oh, Jimmy, I apologize. Let me go back up and see if I can find it. Oh, I see it right here, buddy. I'm sorry about that. I got it here. Sorry, Jimmy. Here you go, Jimmy. Here's your super chat. He goes, let's fly. From your boy living in Texas, coworkers have been awfully quiet about their Cowboys. I'm craving some Pika's pizza from Delco. There you go. I wonder if they're on that gold belly thing. I'm gonna have to look it up, man. Check up that gold belly thing. It might work. But yeah, I'm sure they've been quiet in Texas, man. And Jimmy, thank you for the super chat, man. Sorry I missed that. It was not on purpose. Dad says, I actually feel bad for Texas boy. Imagine hanging out in the Eagles chat room. Meanwhile, your Cowboys got bounced again. I know, right? Cowboys stink. Let's see here. Yeah, I have a weird... Okay, this is really... I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this now, but I'm going to. I keep getting this weird gut feeling that Devontae Smith, Super Bowl MVP. I don't know why. I just get this weird feeling, man. Yeah, like I have a feeling he's going to go off big time. Jose says, Eagles defense will bring the late, great Jerome Brown's name. We brought the pain. Yes, I love Jerome. It was just his birthday.
AJ Brown's probably
there's Texas boy. Look, there's
the
Texas
real one.
Boy. Is that the real one? Yeah, because Chris Jones will shut you all up. Well, Micah Parsons won't. Hey, your boy's bleeding green. Micah Parsons trying to come to the Eagles. What's up with that? Good luck with your new offensive coordinator. Never had a top 10 offense. Good job. Boy, Dallas is going to be in shambles. Dad says, remember when they said Parsons would show us up and then Bosa, then Dexter Lawrence? Yep. It's never
every
happened.
game.
The Eagles' offensive line's too good. That's the problem. It's too good. I mean, if you look at how many? I don't think Lane gave up a sack this year, did he?
I don't think so.
I don't think Lane Johnson gave up a sack. I don't know how many Mulata gave up, but I mean, when you look at the offensive line, dude, they're really, really good. Alex D goes, the favorite super chat goes, if Tampa can shut down Mahomes, so can we. I agree. I think if you could get to Mahomes early, they're going to have trouble, right? Because you're not really concerned about the run game. And if you can kind of tee off on him and start hitting him around, rattle him a little bit, I think it's a problem for them. This thing could, if you told me the Eagles blow them out 38-10, it would not surprise me. I think Kansas City will score more points than that, but I kind of feel good about our position going into this game. I feel really good about this game.
Oh, I think the number one thing that's really important with us is we're healthy. That number one seed, getting that extra week really helped us in a lot of ways. So it's having two bye weeks, really. Yeah, you played a few games, and you got another bye week now, so which is good.
Yep. Witch King, David Super J goes, what are the chances we go through the entire postseason without allowing a passing touchdown? I mean, you would think with Mahomes, it's hard to do that. But, I mean, the question is has that ever been done before? That would be my question. Manuel David Super J goes, Chiefs Kingdom sounding like Nick Wright, obsessed with Mahomes. Hurts ain't good enough. Joey 500 for president. Thank you so much. They're going to see how good I think Jalen Hurts is going to play the best game of his career. I think the best game of his career will be in the biggest moment. Because the one thing that we've talked a lot about with Jalen Hurts is the intangibles, and I've always thought of Jalen Hurts that when he got his shot, he was going to come up big. And I think he's going to, man. I really do. I have all the confidence in the world in him.
All
Battle Post be at Davis. Yeah. Battle Post be at Davis Super Chat. He goes, Philly, do you think Reddick will get to Patrick or hurt him? I don't know that it'll hurt him, but I think he's going to get him. I think the Eagles are going to get. They give up a lot of sacks, don't they? Don't the Chiefs give up a lot of sacks?
I think within the AFC they have. I think they're the number one blocking rate offensive line. I'm just talking within the AFC. I think they're the number one. That's why I think this game's gonna come down to the trenches. But they have never faced a defensive line like this. That's what I'm saying.
No, nobody has this year. Tortyville's David Super J goes, Cowboy fans get to watch the same horror movie every year called There's Something About Jerry, about an old owner who has incompetent puppets. Oh, my God, it's so true. Just hearing him talk about how the Eagles built their team, it was like, this is why you don't win, because this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Knock it off. David Super Trade goes, Philly, will you be live streaming the bowl this time? Yes. Understand if you can't. That's a tough one, but it would be awesome birds. No, I'm streaming this time. The first time, for those that don't know, when the Eagles were in the Super Bowl in 2017, I freaked out and I was I thought I was jinxing by streaming it. So I went to a Super Bowl party instead. And then by halftime, I had to leave it because people were just like, they're just eating chips and stuff. And I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. So I went home and watched it. But I didn't stream it. And everybody was like upset I didn't stream the Super Bowl. I will be streaming it this time, yes. Ryan Ellis, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, imagine still having Michael Bennett on this line. Yeah, when he could play, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
We got 764 people in both chats, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't, hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're a little early tonight. Got some things going on. But thank you guys for joining us. And of course, we'll have Shakedown next week too. I mean, maybe we'll do a special one. I was going to talk to you about maybe doing an extra one or something,
We can do that.
Yeah. Frank Watts at David Super Chat. He goes, I'll take an injured Lane over Chris Jones anyway. Just as Bosa, Lane the Lion. I know Lane Johnson completely tore his groin off, and he still goes out there and shuts him down. God, he's a man, dude. That guy's a man.
He's a man.
That's a man. That's right. Patrick David Super Chat goes, the Kansas City Chiefs only gave up 28 sacks this year, third fewest in the league. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty good. So we're gonna have a hell of a battle. Fewest in the league, third fewest in the league versus number one sack team. Yeah, it's the trenches. It's going to be the battle of the trenches. If you get to Mahomes and you're getting to him, that's going to be hard for them. It's funny. It's funny that Lane Johnson, right? He can play through a torn groin, yet Dak Prescott doesn't want to come back from his thumb injury until he play the Bears, even though he was technically ready to play against the Eagles. Rokoya David Super Chat goes, Fuzz from Australia says Cowboys still stink. That's very smart people in Australia. That is true. They still stink. Cue Ball the Bird, David Super Chat goes, Julian Love possibly the biggest Eagles hater. That's because they whipped up on him 3 times. And he was bad in each one of those games, man. Well, who was the guy? Was he the one that missed Devontae Smith down the sideline in the first game on the bomb?
Who was it?
He dove for Love, Julian Love. Was that him? On that play, Devontae Smith in the first game scored that touchdown?
It might have been. I think it was him. Yeah, I think it is.
I do too. Yeah, he stinks. Eagles has landed is here. What's going on, buddy? He says to Brown, nobody cares what you don't want to hear on the yes, whatever that is. I don't know what those emojis mean, but yes.
It's a bird or something. I don't know what that is.
Godzilla says, Chiefs Kingdoms, what about your division? So Chiefs King. So we got a couple Chiefs fans in here. So far, they've been better than the Niner fans. Niner fans were extremely annoying. Were they not?
Probably worse than the Cowboys, to be honest. They were pretty bad, I got to say. They were pretty bad.
They were brutal. Island Philly fan, they were Super Chat. Mark Holmes swears he makes the best cheesesteaks along with sacrificial chicken wings. Laugh my ass off. That guy's so depressed right now. He's trying to build his team up. He knows his team is done. He knows they need to rebuild, and he can't even say it. That's what I think. Joe says Philly Lane Johnson's last sack was given up in Cleveland 2020.
Wow.
Holy crap. That's crazy. Man, that is crazy. Let's see here. Alex D. Ghost, he says Eagles Chiefs friendship is on hold for now. Yeah, I mean, I have no issues with anybody Chiefs, but, you know, it's a Super Bowl now, you know. Hey, Joey, can you take over for 1 second?
Yeah, I got you.
I gotta get this crazy cat. This active.
You're good. I was just looking over Lane Johnson's contract. So he signed a 4-year deal in 2019. So would that make him a free agent after this season? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm kind of just been looking at contracts to see what's been going on, to see what this offensive line going forward. And I don't know if 2019 is part of his new deal or was the next year, or is it a year after that he got his new deal?
I am not sure. But I have a little friend here. Here you go.
My God.
Say hello. Say hello.
Cute.
Yeah. Yeah, say hi.
What's his or her name? Which is that one?
We don't have one. I only named one. One of them I named Wreck-It Ralph because it just destroys all of them. They'll be feeding and they'll just start seeing babies flying. But I gotta put collars on them, different colors, and then you'll start to know who they are. And I'll start giving them
he's gonna keep more of them. He's gonna get two.
I'm not keeping any more. I can't. If I keep any more cats, I have to get a bigger house. We need a bigger boat. You know? Knock it off. I'm gonna flash this because it's kind of funny. Very true. Very true. What's that, kitty?
Oh
yeah,
God.
It's funny. Oh man, I can't wait. Clown Brown, you better be back. We win a Super Bowl if you keep the same energy. So was that a Chief fan in here? This brown dude? I don't know who that is.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't have any problems with the Chiefs. I've never had problems with the Chiefs. You know? So we'll see. King of Kings, thank you for super chat. He goes, I'll buy one of your cats. If it's all feasible to get a kitten safely across the country, we'll do it. But I don't know. You know, I don't know how hard that would be. Otherwise, I send Joey one, right?
Yeah.
Dude, Danny Davis super chat goes, can't wait for next Sunday. I think the Eagles are a better team. If they get pressure on Mahomes, they can control the clock. They should win. I agree. And I think the Eagles run game, I think they can run on the Chiefs too. And that'll also be a factor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Joe Higashi legit late kicks. I don't know what the bet was, but you obviously lost.
He lost.
Yeah, he lost. Right? So what you know, so when are you gonna pay up? What's he owe us? 500. What up, Tubby? 500 and Joey Round Ton Boy.
What?
Congrats.
Why does he have the same name and mine has to change? Why is his
know.
The same?
He's Rotund Boy. Congrats on winning the bet. Bet you guys are losing the Super Bowl Tubbies. Mahomes got this. Okay, what booze do you guys drink? I like Bombay Sapphire Gin.
Give me some Tennessee honey whiskey.
There you go. Baron says, yo, Philly and Joey, so happy. Jeff Stout. Oh, yeah. I think the Stoutland thing is huge. I definitely do.
I didn't even expect it that. I totally forgot about that until like the news came. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot. Like Stoutland, like this was his last year. What was going to happen? But the loyalty he has, man, like apparently from what I read, he had a lot of, he got phone calls from other teams for interviews for offensive coordinator jobs. And he said no.
Yeah.
They probably paid him what he wanted, and that was it. That's probably what they did. So
probably paid him more than what he wanted. He probably got him more. But nobody wanted to give him. Were they giving him offensive coordinator position or just another line position?
OC job.
Oh, okay, yeah. Godzilla David Super Chat goes, remember Philly, if we win, celebration cigar inside. Yeah, we'll do it, and then you'll see me laying a bottle of my own blood and urine. As more of everything, remember for 4 months of Think About Nation, he says, love you guys, go Birds, go Birds. Yeah, I'll smoke a cigar in the house.
Backyard Birds podcast member for $3 says 500 got little tail outside matrimonial duties.
Yeah, right. I don't think so. I'm not stupid. Manuel David Super Chat. He goes, Darlene from Roseanne is the Chiefs quarterback.
Oh my God.
He does look like her. Oh my God, you're right.
That is so true.
Darlene. We're playing Darlene Mahomes. That's somebody tell Brandon Graham to call him Darlene during the game. You just let's see. We won the belt and stole Mark's dignity Super Bowl ring next time. Absolutely. Marcus Pipeman, I just purchased a Fletcher Cox jersey to clean my rims. Well, that's all right. We got Dak Prescott jerseys to clean our toilets. You know. Hey, you Cowboy fans, you can't say nothing.
No.
Nothing to say. Really, like they don't have any. All they can say is they only got one thing to say: 5 rings, 5 rings. That's all they've got. Nothing else. You know. Shane Davis Super Chat. He goes, "This got a Magic versus Jordan 91 Finals feels to it." That you're right. It does. Magic had MVPs and titles, and Jordan came out of nowhere and took the mantle by force. Feel it. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree. 45-10 years. You are on drugs. You're on drugs. I wonder what they're gonna say when we beat the Chiefs. Oh, you got lucky. Andy Reid really wanted the Philly to win the Super Bowl. It's rigged.
That'll be the story.
You know, everybody should want the Eagles just so they don't have to see Mahomes' wife celebrate.
Oh God,
I don't want to see anything through. Oh my God, how annoying. Ryan Ellis, David Super Chat goes, does management hiring affect cap space? No. Staff does not affect cap space at all.
Thank God.
Yeah. Like the midnight jerseys, but I want the Kelly Green. Hey, what are your thoughts on the I feel like an evil villain.
Dr. Evil. Yeah.
Yeah.
$2 million.
But what are you
Sorry.
But what are your thoughts on the statistic that the team wearing the white jerseys are 15-3, I think, or something like that?
Oh, I think I heard that. I don't know.
It's something like that.
Yeah,
I don't think much of it because the Eagles already won. We're one of the 3. You know, we won. I'd rather wear green than I don't like their white jerseys.
I don't like the white either.
I just you know what? Under Chip Kelly, he would go like 9 weeks wearing it in a row at home and away, and I just don't like it because he was always worried about the temperature of the players and stuff. Yeah, right. I just don't like it. You know. Tortyville says you guys should check out Tom Grossi's video skit about the game being rigged. It's pretty funny. I like Tom Grossi.
Awesome.
Tom Grossi's
he's
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, good guy. He gave me a couple Grossi raids before. Shane Davis Super Chat. He goes, Hurts would have beaten Mahomes. This could push him into uncharted territory. He's very marketable. He's got to have a legendary performance, 300 plus yards. So Shane, if let's say he throws 220 yards, a couple touchdowns, but he wins, does he still get into whatchamacallit, like a legendary, or does he have to go out and like throw the ball? Like, does he have to equal what Mahomes does? Right? This cat's very quiet.
Yeah, she's quiet, isn't she?
Yeah, very. Just sitting there. Yeah. King of Kings says Cowboy CEO is thinking long term. He's 4,000 years old. I know, that's what I said. That's why he's 4,000 years old. You know? Oh, look at C. Brown. Come on, man. You know what's happening. Eagles are winning number 2. Chiefs about to find out the pain we felt with Reed going to the dance and always losing. I think you're right. I believe me, that has crossed my mind too. Andy Reid usually loses these games. Only one time has he won in 14 years with the Eagles. How long has he been with the Chiefs? Got to be like 9, 10 years, right?
Since
2013,
2013. Yeah.
Yeah, like 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hell of a coach, though. He is, Imagine his players. Like, you get, like, former players that were with the Eagles and with Andy Reid, like Ike Reese and all those guys. It's got to be tough, man, Or Kelce's mom. Did you see Kelce's mom? There's a petition to get her to do the coin toss.
Oh, God. They got, yeah, I mean, that'd be cool. I mean, it was funny, even when Jason was watching the Super Bowl, was watching the round with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he had like a Kansas City Chiefs shirt on, and then like he took his shirt off on everybody. He put an Eagles shirt on. As soon as the Kansas City won, he put the Eagles shirt on. Like, it's over now.
Yeah. Shane Davis Super Chat. He goes, he's got to put up statistics, or else it will be, he got a good team. If he goes out there and throws for 350 and 5 total touchdowns, they're going to run with that and push it. Yeah. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he's going to have 300 yards throwing in this game. I do. I got a feeling he's going to have a huge game. I really do. I feel like it's going to be like the biggest moment. He's going to be there. What do you think?
He's just looking at you.
Yeah. I know. Just staring. Like, who are you talking to? That's what he's probably saying. Who are you talking to?
Oh, my God.
Hello. And here comes Mommy. Mommy's behind the camera looking to see what I'm doing with her cat. She will attack my ass. Steve H. David Super Chat. He goes, you know how many people would buy those cats 500? How many? How many do you think? I got 7 of them. 7 kittens. I got them both cats DNA tested. So these are 50% ragdoll. The father's ragdoll, the mother's a bunch of stuff. So they're 50% ragdoll. Actually, a little more because she's like 10% ragdoll. Right now, favorite super chat goes, Patrick only has 1 ring. If Jalen wins, regardless of how he does, he will have just as many as him. Mahomes has no excuses this year. Yeah, Mahomes has no excuses. I agree with that. Do you know that right now that Jalen Hurts has as many playoff wins as Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
They have the same number, and Dak Prescott 7 years. So 1 more win, and he's got more playoff wins than him. He's pathetic. He's pathetic. Army of everything, man. Remember, 4 months. He says, "Love you guys. Go Birds." Thank you, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate that. It just popped up.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think that the Cowboys are lying to themselves? Like they think Dak's not the guy, but they have no choice. They won't take an unnecessary dead cap hit like the Eagles did with Carson Wentz. Like, or is it more? Do you think it's a fight between McCarthy and the front office, or do you think they like believe in Dak still, like going forward?
I don't know, but they're kind of tied to him. Do I think the Cowboys are not capable of doing what the Eagles did with Carson Wentz? They wouldn't cut him and eat all that money and start over. But I think that the hiring of Schottenheimer, to me, a guy who, I don't know, he's just another offensive coordinator. It just makes me think they just don't know what they're doing.
Right.
So I think they're screwed. Phil, they were super chat. He goes, if Gannon is scared of Dak and Carr going 17-17, imagine how he'd be against Mahomes. That's my only worry, Gannon. Yeah, I agree with you because he has done that, except in the last 2 postseason games, and I know the 49ers game may be a little different, but he was really aggressive in both those games, And to me, if the whole Jonathan Gannon theory is true that he was waiting to be truly aggressive 100% until the playoffs started, if he's aggressive like that, they're going to win. If he sits back and lets Mahomes have all day, you're right, it's going to be a problem. But at least the last 2 games gives me hope. Steve H, thank you for super chat. How much for a cat? I don't know. It depends, really. You can't really sell them here. You have to. They're called rehoming fees. That's what you have to call it, a rehoming fee. So like $700, something like that. We'll say these usually go for about $1,200. So I'm undercutting the market here. Chris, has Phil Gannon defense has changed the play? It did, yeah. It changed the playoffs. Marcus, you're in every Eagles stream going to talk about he loves the Eagles. He loves the Eagles. But all you say, Eagles will win 35-20 right down. I think something like that. 35-21, 34-24, 34-24, 31-27. I think somewhere like
we say that now. But you never know. You never know.
Yeah. I'm just throwing 700 out there. I don't know. It just depends. I've given we gave a bunch of them away for nothing. So it just if it's a really good home, really good people, it just depends.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. I don't want to send it to somewhere that are going not be good with them. Steve H says 500 cats is we all need one, right? Well, my cat they produce them like it's like popcorn. Backyard's Bird Podcast, cat giveaway. Yeah, I was talking about tail as in Cad's joke. Steichen leaves Stout takes over. That's probably why he stayed. Oh, so interesting. I get that you were joking. I knew you were joking. But Steichen's going to leave and Stoutland's taking over. That's why he stayed. What do you think of that? Do you think that he could become offensive coordinator if Steichen goes? Steichen had his second interview with the Colts, and we know Colts like our sloppy seconds. We do know that.
Right. I think the only way like Steichen's going is that Colts job. Now they're doing like a third stage of like interviews. Like they were gonna choose who they're gonna be their OC or their head coach, but they're doing like a third set of interviews now, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. So I don't know, man. Like I got a feeling that Brian Johnson could be maybe could be the OC as well. It really just depends, man. Like I don't want to lose Brian Johnson either. I mean, there's some coaches you don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Nick Rallis. I don't, the linebacker coach. I don't want to Denard Wilson. I know he had I think he had a couple interviews, the cornerback coach. So we'll see, man. We still got some time, after the Super Bowl's over with, and this things will be becoming a lot clearer what's going to happen. But do you want to lose Steichen or no? Or do you care if you lose?
No,
Steichen?
I don't want to. At this point, I don't want to lose anybody. I think everybody's deserved it. And after hearing Gannon say that he was going to gut those guys, I'm like, all right,
that was great.
That I've been waiting. That's what I've been waiting for from you.
I love that.
Moment.
I love that.
Fabio Davis Super Chickens. Barnett was never the same player when he lost his brother. I don't remember he lost his brother, Barnett. I don't remember that. I don't remember Barnett losing his brother.
I'm not sure.
I thought Fletcher. It was Fletcher Cox that lost a cousin. But I don't remember Barnett losing his brother. So, but I mean, we don't even remember Barnett. We don't even remember Barnett was on his team.
Who's Derek Barnett?
Right? Brandon says, "Hey, 500. Thanks for the stream. Just lost my second dog within 7 months today.
Man.
Hit by someone. Oh my God, man, Brandon, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's horrible.
Dude.
Yeah, that's horrible. I'm sorry, man. My condolences. Let's see. Did you hear Brandon just got fined for unsportsmanlike conduct in the NFC Championship game? For what?
Who cares?
Who cares? What, I don't even remember what play did he do something wrong.
Involved in the fight, maybe? I don't know. But a lot of players probably got fined from that. I haven't heard any fines that went out yet at all, officially.
Yeah. Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, when you lose, are you going to come back here? Because let me tell you, from our perspective, your comment you made is the same comments we've heard all year. And every week you guys have been wrong. So he says the Eagles only win the Super Bowl if played on Madden. Stop dreaming, Joey. 500. This is making me sick. I mean, we've heard this all year. We've heard this all year, every week.
Every game.
every game, every week, and we've beaten everybody. We're gonna beat your ass. Nina, thank you for being here, Nina. Good to see you. I don't think the Chiefs will score over 20 points, 34-17. That would be glorious. And then we will all laugh at Chiefs Kingdom. We will all laugh at you. Just come in for your beatdown. It'll be great. Barry Gibbs, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, would getting 2 Super Bowl wins before Andy Reid does justify why he had to show him the door? Yeah, I mean, I think they had to show him the door anyways, because if you remember that moment, like at the end of it was stale. Like it was time. 14 years, a long time. It was time. You needed a change,
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes a new background a new team is always a breath of fresh air for coaches moving around. So it just needed it.
Exactly. Shizzo, David Super J goes, I agree with Shane. Shane Magic was the poster child until him and Jordan met in the finals. This is huge for Hurts. He goes out and has a huge game. I agree. This is a huge moment for him. You know what I mean? Huge moment. See, Niner Nation says Chiefs are going to whoop that ass. Where's Brock Purdy?
Just leave.
Say hi to Brock Purdy.
Just leave the live chat.
You poor Niner fans, a beating. You don't know what a beat was like. Now you know. Literally, it wasn't even like a beating like, oh, you outscored us. It was a beating like physically, we just whooped your butt.
Mentally.
Like,
and mentally.
Beat you up physically. Beat you up. I can't wait. I can't wait to win and just shut up all these guys. The Eagles are going to have 2 rings very soon. The Eagles are better than the Chiefs at 19 of 22 positions and equal otherwise. Agreed. And if the Eagles go out, play their game, don't turn over the football, no stupid turnovers,
penalties,
they're going to win the game. Yeah. I think the Chiefs' inability to run the ball is going to be a big problem for the Chiefs. It's going to be a big problem for them in this game. I think that's where it comes back and haunts them.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid has a way of always coaching, like not having his best coaching game when it matters. In that game,
it's happened.
We know. These haters don't realize the Eagles are 1 win away from setting an NFL record for beating winning teams. Wow, 07 Pats 9-1, 69 Vikings 9-1, 22 Eagles 9-1, just 4. So the Eagles are 9-1 against winning teams.
Wow.
And they act like we beat nobody. I didn't know that. Holy crap.
No idea.
You hear that? Did you hear that?
She's like, what the hell am I doing?
It's crazy. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. So hi.
It's cute.
Hi. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We're an hour and 12 minutes in. We have over 800 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, subscribe. Ow, what are you doing? And click the link in the description. Go sub up my man Joey Shakes. I mean, I guess I don't know. As far as we are right now, man, we got 1 week. I think the Eagles travel tomorrow, right? To Arizona.
Yeah, send off tomorrow.
And it's going to be a busy week this week.
It's going to be a big week because they're going to have like 3-4 days of like 8-hour interviews or whatever it is. Like it's going to be crazy. So they need to, it's got to be hard to go through that a week of doing that. I know the Eagles last time they did it, it was tiring. Alshon Jeffrey was pretty much tired of it at the end of when all that happened. But it's going to be a big week. It's going to be a big week.
Yeah. Get this. We didn't have a quarterback. You guys are happy about being Christian McCaffrey and quarterback. No, you didn't have a quarterback because our guy, Hassan Reddick, destroyed him because the Eagles defense destroyed your quarterback.
He stood there like
He didn't hurt himself. He didn't hurt himself in practice or getting out of the shower or walking the stage. He got destroyed. He got lit up by Hassan Reddick, who you guys kept saying, well, who's Hassan Reddick? Never heard of him. Now you know. You can't use that as an excuse.
He was a punching bag.
You
he
literally got destroyed.
Yeah. They put both your quarterbacks in body bags. I mean, pretty much that's what they did. Like you got, it's not like both these quarterbacks had, it's not like they had like, non-contact injuries and they had to leave the game. Like they physically got beaten up. Like
they got destroyed. Beaten up. It was old-fashioned football. It was, can you handle the beating you're about to get? And he clearly couldn't handle it. It's not our fault. I mean, if he hurt himself in warmups, right? I would say, that's a shame. That's a bad break. But when you lose because you get hurt in the game, you didn't hear us crying about Carson Wentz. I mean, we might say it was a cheap shot, but nobody was saying, oh, the Eagles lost Carson Wentz. That's why they lost to Seattle in the playoffs. No, they physically beat Carson's ass. That's it. And Smith didn't catch that ball, changed the game. Yeah, okay. So the Smith catch on the first series of the game is why you lost. So the first 5 minutes of the game is all that matters. The rest of the game didn't matter. That was the first drive of the game. That wasn't like a fourth quarter catch with 30 seconds to put Eagles in game-winning position.
You got to be better, right? Bro.
It was
you
0-0. Better. Come on, man. Stop your whining.
He's
40 whiners. Yeah, it's true.
Picking straws, man. They're picking straws right now. They're trying to find some way that game would have changed regardless. It wasn't. They dominated, man. Drop or not.
Nobody felt sorry for us when we lost Carson Wentz in that Seattle game. Nobody felt sorry for us when we lost Carson Wentz in 2017. And we're supposed to feel sorry for you. I'm supposed to feel sorry for you because you lost two quarterbacks because the Eagles' defense beat the crap out of them? That's on you guys. Block better. Play better. Be better than that.
Backup tight end on Hassan Reddick. Yeah. So I don't know how they didn't get prepared for that defensive line if they thought like putting a backup tight end on Hassan Reddick was the smart thing to do. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Brian says, Phil, you live 500. You know the Niners fans they have too much class to watch contact sport and then have opinions about it. I guess. I never heard of that. Like, we hurt your quarterback and knock him out of the game, and somehow you can't. That's like it wasn't fair. Like, I've never heard of that. Okay, no, it was the game. Purdy got hurt in the game by Hassan Reddick. That's not our fault. That's
but both. Dude, think of it like this. Both quarterbacks stood still. Like, Johnson got free shot. Adamakin Suh, just him alone, free shot, standing still in the pocket.
I know.
It's just they got destroyed.
I mean, they did. They did. Their offensive line was outmatched by the Eagles' defensive line. And you start off by blocking Hassan Reddick with a backup tight end. That's not very good coaching to even do that. It's like, what film have they watched? I don't know, man. Sometimes you just got to take your beating like men. Old-fashioned football, old body-line football was hit that quarterback often, hit him, and chop the head off of the snake. And that's what the Eagles did. You can't hold the Eagles against that, to me, you can't hold that.
Because if we lost,
that's a credit.
I'm just saying, because if we lost that game, then it wouldn't matter if it was a third-string quarterback. It wouldn't matter if he was hurt during the game or not, as long as they beat us. Yeah. So the narrative would have changed.
Yeah. So if Jalen Hurts gets on the first play game, you're not going to use this. No, not if he gets hit. If Bosa hits him and knocks him out of the game, Bosa did his job.
It's the Eagles' fault.
Football.
It's the Eagles' fault. It's not an excuse.
Yeah, I mean, if he's walking into the huddle and he falls by himself and hits his head and has a concussion or something weird, okay. But you're talking about Bosa. I mean, Hassan Reddick hit Purdy. He caused that. The Eagles' defense chopped the head off of the snake.
They're playing football. They're playing football.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the issue. Yes, that's the issue with this league right now, because it's gotten so soft over these penalties and over everything, and trying to protect these players is ridiculous. Like, half these guys don't even play. A lot of bad calls happen, but when it's being physical, I can't blame my own player for getting hurt. Then he should have saw it coming. He should have moved out of the pocket. He stood there like he stood there.
Well, it's not like, I'm not saying that Purdy did something like he got hurt. Injuries happen, but when the defense implements its will on the offense and takes a guy out, he's taking a guy out. The Eagles took him out. It wasn't like, back in the day, it was like, yeah, you take him out. Buddy Ryan, hit the quarterback early and often and knock him around, take him out of the game if you can. That's football. It's football. it can't be used as an excuse. Jamie Davis Super Chat goes, remember Hurts played through injury too. Shout out to the Eagles' third-string corners laying out big hits in the final minutes of the Niners game. Loved it. I loved it too, man. You know, Bosa could have gotten to Hurts. Why didn't he get hurt to Hurts? Why wasn't he able to sack Hurts or force a fumble? Dude, the Eagles offensive line shut him down.
There's no excuse for Joey Bosa. I mean, for Nick Bosa, because he ended up getting hurt later in the game, but you're facing a guy that needs surgery. So there's no way that injury that Bosa got was worse than what Lane Johnson's dealing with. So there's no excuse for him to get shut down. I mean, and Hassan Reddick is so underappreciated, man, by the league.
Oh God.
Not even a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. It's ridiculous, man.
Yep. Lonely says the 49ers sold themselves as the rougher, more physical team. They were not. All week they did. That was the whole thing. And you talked about what Darius Slay was saying. Like, they took that personal. You're talking about them being good on paper, physical on paper.
Yeah, right.
Taking shots. Well, boom. You got it right back. Ryan Ellis, David Super Chat goes, Jimmy G was healthy on the sideline, no excuses. By the way, did you see when it was 21-7, they showed Jimmy G smiling, laughing, having a great time?
He don't care.
I would have been so pissed off if I was a 49er fan watching that.
You don't care.
Know? Yeah. I stop messing with the Rocky statue. You mess with that, you mess with the city, including the Eagles. Hey, do you think, because Kelce, I was listening to their podcast, and Kelce was saying he thinks somebody does that. An Eagle fan is doing that on purpose.
Not all the time.
I think keep doing it, because I think he might be right, but I say keep doing it. Where's that? We need a Kelce jersey on it to piss us all off. Shizzo, David Super Chat, he goes, we won't beat the Chiefs with Hurts throwing like he had the last 2 games. He's got to throw for 300-plus yards. I don't expect to hold the Chiefs under 27. I think, listen, I don't think he has to throw 3. I think the Eagles are going to be able to run the ball really, really well versus the Chiefs. I think that's going to – I think the big thing is it's going to be offensive, defensive line, and the Eagles' running game and the Chiefs' inability to run the ball, I think. But I do think Hurts is going to have his best game of his career.
Yeah, and I think the design runs are going to be in effect too. Like, they might not do it early like they did it in the second quarter. They ran with him once in the second quarter, and then they really didn't pull it out until the late third to fourth quarter, when they, after he got up real slow and we're like, oh my God. And then he still ran like another 4 times plus 2 QB sneaks. I mean, just the will that kid has, like, broke out of that one tackle, got them to the red zone. Like, just, they couldn't stop. They tired him out. Like, you tire the Chiefs out, they're going to get tired out. Their defensive line, other than Chris Jones and Frank Clark, like, I think it's that you faced the best defense last week. The defense is not
the key to everybody that has beaten the Eagles this year has beaten them using ball control and being able to run and keep their offense off the field. Can the Chiefs do that? If the Chiefs are scoring fast, the Eagles are going to come right back and score. So it could be a shootout, or the Eagles are going to be able to run the ball and keep their offense off the field. So we'll see. King says, on our 10th round pick, do we need a backup quarterback? They might take a backup quarterback, but I still think they sign. My prediction is Marcus Mariota is going to be an Eagle. That's my prediction as our backup.
Really, huh?
Yeah, that's my prediction. Jason Reeves, David Super Chat goes, defense wins championships. You have the number 1 defense in the NFL. Your quarterback should have been irrelevant. The same defense gave up 31 points.
Yeah,
31 points. It's just crazy.
These quarterbacks have nothing to do with the defense. Like, if they had over 10 penalties in that game, that's on them. They got frustrated as the game went on. Like, they got frustrated. They were hitting guys out of bounds. They were holding, like, almost, Ward was holding AJ Brown twice. Like, there were some, the Eagles beat them. They were out coached, physical, and just mentally just killed them. Really.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Shizzo, David Super Guy, he goes, Chiefs moved the ball at will against the 49ers easily. They did. But I tell you one difference there's a big difference between the Eagles and the Niners. Niners have really good players, but the Eagles have a much better pass rush. That pass rush is elite. It's the best in the league. So it's a different animal, Well, I mean, we will see. It's going to be interesting. We're an hour and 24 minutes in. We got 834 people between both channels watching. Thank you guys so much. I guess, really, that's all we can say. 49ers fans came in here. They have to recognize they got beat. The Chiefs fans are starting to talk their crap, which is great. Keep it up. And yeah, man, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say. What about you?
No, I feel good, man. We got a whole nother week. We'll see what else happens. We'll probably hear more off-season stuff. We'll probably hear. I mean, we're gonna check the interviews next week. What's going on? See what's being said. I think that's one thing to definitely check out on next week and get ready, man. And we still got another week. It's gonna go by real slow. The more we think about it, the more it's gonna go by really slow. So
yeah,
I'm ready to go, man.
I'm ready too. But let me thank everybody for being here. Thank you for all the super chats, all the trolls, all the haters, all the lovers, all the old G's. We appreciate it. And I guess we'll end this thing. I may or may not have a video out tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. I may take the day off and just do some house things. I got to go to Florida soon, so I got some things I got to take care of. But you got anything dropping tomorrow?
Probably a video. I just want this game to start. I want to get this damn ring, bro. I want this second ring already. Like, I want to get this. I'm ready.
I agree. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna let you go, and as always, we will let the Cowboys and their choke artist team, choke artist owner, coach take us out. As always, thank you guys so much. With that, we are out of here. Peace.
We had one.
Yo, you gotta be motherfucking kidding.
You gotta be kidding me. We have no time for one more play.
Look at this motherfucker
What are you doing?
running from
What are you doing?
To get off the field on third down.
What was that bullshit?
That is not right.
He's gotta be better, man. Oh, that's some bullshit. What was that? We had enough time for one more play.
We had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys games.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us.
It's going to end the way.
Yeah.